your morning groove. Wake up rich and win the day. Don't spend your morning playing catch up. Richmond's Morning News, we're here with you. 6 a.m., let's start it up.
Microphone.
All right, it's 6:03 this morning. Welcome, everybody, joining us here on News Radio WRVA. Today is going to be busy. We've got major stories we'll be covering for you all morning long. My name is Rich Herrera. Cup of Joe is in the control room today. Super Dave Ayler with a few days vacation. Gary's off today as well, so I'll handle sports. But like I said, we've got major news breaking overnight and into this morning in the Middle East. We'll cover that for you this morning on Richmond's Morning News. Cup of Joe, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Well,
There you
morning.
go. Yeah, there you go. You got to grab your microphone.
Yeah.
You can't just wave at the people.
Well, good morning.
There you go. All right, good morning.
Did you have a good weekend?
That's all you got for me this morning?
Well, did you have a good weekend?
I did, but it's a busy news day.
It is a busy news day.
Okay. I caught him completely off guard. He's like looking over to the side, getting ready for what we're doing next. I'm like, just throw him a curveball this morning, see if he's paying attention. Anyway, we've got a lot to get to on the program this morning. Of course, Brian Kilmeade stops by the show a little bit later, but let's start as we always do. If you don't wake up with Richmond's Morning News first thing of the day, you're going to be behind everybody else. So here is our Richmond's Morning News brief for Monday, June 6th, the year of our Lord 2026. We start with story number one. Iran responds to Israel attacking Hezbollah over the weekend. Donald Trump's not happy with anybody. Here is the latest from Fox News. It's our big story of the morning.
Number one.
At southern Israel. This comes after Israel's military struck military targets in western and central Iran early Monday morning. Iranian state media confirms explosions in at least 3 cities, including Isfahan and Tehran. This comes hours after Iran launched at least 4 waves of missiles at Israel. Israel says they were all intercepted and vowed a powerful response. Tehran claims the attack was retaliation for Israel's deadly strike on Beirut on Sunday. Israel insists it's going after Hezbollah in Lebanon because the Iran-backed group keeps firing missiles into northern Israel.
All right, that's the latest from Fox News. We'll give you the whole breakdown coming up at 6:33 this morning here on Richmond's Morning News. Story number 2. What is today? Let me just double check. Yeah, that's right. It's Monday, June 8th. When is the budget due for the Commonwealth of Virginia? At the end of the month. Somehow, Capitol Square can't get their act together. That's our second big story of the morning.
Number 2.
Democrats in charge. Democrats in charge. They control Richmond, but can't move the barge. House and the Senate, gavels in hand. Still no budget, still no plan. Virginia gets nothing but hot air tonight. Big talk, big promises, no end in sight. One party rule, one party mess. Cue the parade. What a success!
There you go. One party rule in full display here at Richmond, Virginia. We are now on June 8th. The talks have completely broken down between Louise Lucas and the Senate, Don Scott and the House of Delegates, General Assembly at odds. And Abigail Spanberger, well, not really sure what she's doing right now. I'll explain all of this to you coming up on the program. Let's just say, when I say don't CA my VA, there's a reason why. One party rule is awful. I don't care if it's one party rule where Republicans are all in charge because they're going to drive the car into the ditch. And the Democrats, well, they're showing you that they need a driver's ed course. I don't know. Maybe you put a Republican in there. Maybe they would actually get something done. But this is an absolute joke that we don't have a budget. We'll discuss this morning here on Richmond's Morning News. Story number 3. I'm ready for America's 250th birthday. I thought everybody would be excited. One of the reasons I was so excited to move to Richmond was I'm like, can you think of a better place to be for our 250th birthday? Apparently, not everybody's excited about USA 250 because 2 Virginians filed a lawsuit. I'll tell you what that's all about. That's our third big story of the morning.
Number 3.
So Donald Trump has taken what has been a bipartisan commission to celebrate our 250th birthday and ramped it up. It is America's 250. We're only going to have one. Let's make it good, right? Well, some Virginians, 2 Virginians, in fact, said, yeah, not so fast. They filed a lawsuit to stop the UFC 250 fight on the lawn of the White House. Folks, I shake my head. I honestly shake my head at you that if you hate Donald Trump more than you love America, there's something wrong. You are loca in the cabeza. Here's the deal. Donald Trump's going to open up the White House. He's going to have UFC fights. He's going to have active duty military personnel. He's reaching out to the normal people. If Donald Trump wanted to have a big old party on the White House and have the Boston Pops or have an opera singer out there or something the elites would want to do, I'm sure no one would mind. But because it's UFC, how dare the hoi polloi show up at D.C. with us elites on to celebrate America's 250. Let them stay in the flyover states. We shan't have those type of people in D.C. You know what? You guys can all go kick rocks. I'm excited about USA 250. The American people are. Apparently some aren't. We're going to discuss that this morning here on Richmond's Morning News. And finally, story number 4, actually, we'll stay with Donald Trump. Not that I want to make the whole show about Donald Trump, but today it will be game 3 of the NBA Finals. You know, our friend Brian Kilmeade will check in, has a bet with Lawrence Jones. Loser has to eat, if you're Lawrence Jones, a can of sardines. That's his punishment. And then a dunk tank, and he's got to wear a Knicks tie on TV. And for Brian, he's got to wear a San Antonio tie. They want him to get a dunk tank. He said no. And his big punishment, if the New York Knicks blow this 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals, will be to eat Texas barbecue. I'd lose that bet. I'd tank that on purpose just to get some good Texas barbecue. Nonetheless, tonight, game 3, Donald Trump's going to be there. Apparently, not everybody's okay with that. Or, excuse me, 4.
Number 4.
President Trump has had a lot to say about the New York Knicks during the team's playoff run this season.
Well, I've been a Knicks fan for a long time, and I'm also a Jim Dolan fan. He's a nice guy, okay? He's been a long time wanting to win, and he's a competitive guy, and he's got a team that's amazing.
The president says he plans to attend Game 3 tonight at Madison Square Garden as a guest of Knicks owner Jim Dolan. This is the first NBA Finals appearance for the Knicks since 1999. Ticket prices have set records, drawing thousands of dollars per seat. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
All right, so the president will go. What kind of reaction will he get? Will they introduce him? Will they show him on the Jumbotron? Will he be booed as he makes his way to MSG? They were going to have a bunch of watch parties outside Madison Square Garden. It's not that far from Times Square. All of those have been canceled. We'll get more information from Brian Kilmeade about the big night. The Knicks back. They have a 2-0 lead. By the way, I'll do sports a little bit later. And the president is going to the game. That was story number 4. Finally, story number 5. Let's do something nice. Let's make everybody smile. I know it's a Monday, but you know what today is? It's National Besties Day.
Number 5.
Welcome to the show.
Today is National Best Friends Day.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend, too.
You're my BFF.
Yes, BFF. Celebrate your bestie today because it's National Best Friends Day.
Best friends forever.
Best friends forever.
BFF. Best friends forever.
Best friends forever, man.
Ride or die.
Ride or die, right? It's showtime.
I'm making the best friends, like the little heart that everybody does when they get on TV, for all of my friends today for National Best Friends Day. Cup of Joe, do you have a best friend?
I've got a few of those.
No, you can only have one.
You can have more than one
No,
best
you
friend.
can't. Then you have best friends,
Okay.
plural. It's best friend today, not
Okay,
best
yeah.
friends
Locally,
day.
yes, I do have one best friend.
See, that's the problem with best friend. You can only have one. Like, did you have more than one best man at your wedding?
I had several groomsmen.
They weren't the best man, though.
Okay.
You can only have one best friend.
Okay. I'll follow that.
So, do you ever pit the people that want to be your best friend and pit them against each other and have them do battle to see who gets to be the center of your attention?
No.
See, you're just a nicer person than I am. Who's your best friend?
Paul.
Oh yeah, well, I know that guy.
Yeah. We're going camping again this weekend.
So anyway,
We're spending time on the beach.
So, wow, how about those Knicks? Here's what I'm going to ask everybody in the James River Air text line. I will give a shout out to your best friend today on the program throughout the entire show. Text me at 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. Tell me the name of your best friend and why they're your best friend. I will read that out to you. I will read that out from you to them, and that way you can have a radio greeting for Best Friend Day. And it can be anybody but your wife. I'm going to make it easy for you. Gentlemen, ladies, it's anybody but your spouse, because I have a feeling like, oh, yeah, Dave's my best friend. And then a wife looks over like, I thought I was your best friend. I will always say this. I tell my son, he's my best pal. Not my best friend. He's my best pal. You shouldn't be friends with your kids until they're adults.
Yeah.
You should be the hammer that keeps them in place. That's why nephew and niece have the summer chores. You guys aren't going to sit around and just watch TV and YouTube videos all day. That's what your Uncle Rich does. You two are going to do chores. So I called all week and reminded them Monday, we're back to the summer of chores. But I told my son, he was like, are we best friends? Like, no, I'm your dad. I'll be your pal. I'll support you, but I'm not your best friend. I'm here to teach you how to be a man. I'll be your best pal, but not your best friend. So who is your best friend? Who is your best friend and why? And I will read out whatever you text me about your best friend on the air. Don't make it too long. I don't have that much time for everybody to get a 5-minute soliloquy on why they're your best friend. But I can give a shout out to them this morning on the radio. And then you can actually tell them to go to the Odyssey app a little bit later and listen to the shout out of when I called out your best friend's name. So 833-804-1140. I will be your greeting card today for National Bestie Day. 833-804-1140. Today's National Bestie Day. My best friend, Dave Zolfa. We've been friends since we've known each other since we were 18. We waited tables together. We were fraternity brothers. He was the best man at my wedding. He gave my mom and dad, he gave both the eulogy for my mother and my father. He's been my best friend. I've got a brother. My brother and I are tight. My brother and I talk like 3 times a day, but he's my brother. So I don't know if I would throw out best friend for him.
Yeah, brothers don't count.
Yeah, and we don't really like each other that much anyway. But that's why we talk to each other 3 times a day. And I always call him to say goodnight.
Yeah. Well, you choose your friends, but your brothers were just there.
Right. Now, my brother's cool. But Dave's my best friend. So, Dave, happy Besties Day. Who's yours? And we'll shout that out on the radio for you today as well. All right. That's everything for Richmond's Morning News Brief this morning here on News Radio WRVA. Today's show is brought to you in part by Green Top Sporting Goods. Now, people have been talking about all the new gun laws that were passed by the General Assembly. Will they stand up? Will they not stand up? Who knows? They're all going to go before the court. Now, what I can tell you is if you say, listen, I need to get protection for my house, I need to be a responsible firearms owner, what am I going to do? Because there's a lot of different places you can go. But I'm going to tell you the place that I would tell you to go to is Green Top Sporting Goods. Why? They have experts at every single department, including at the firearms counter. So I've been there before, went in with a novice, somebody who was thinking about purchasing a firearm, but really didn't know much about firearms. They took their time. They showed us everything. They showed me which style, what they're doing, what I'm asking for. And then we went over to the gun range and took a shooting lesson from Kevin. Kevin and Deborah over there at the shooting range will help you make sure that you will be a safe, secure, and a legally law-abiding Second Amendment advocate with your own firearm. Again, if you're thinking about getting a firearm, but you're not sure, you've never had one before, or you want to make sure you get something right now, Green Top Sporting Goods is the place to be. Greentop.com is their website, but it's easier just to go by the store. They're off of exit 86B off of 95. They will help you become a responsible firearm owner. Make sure you have all the safety classes, and you will thank me. You will thank me when it's all said and done. Green Top Sporting Goods.
I've heard life is a series of crossroads, and when at the wheel, how we handle them matters. I know these roads by heart, while other drivers may be just